This is a quick video to demonstrate some ideas for this new blank tile in the new Word Builder version 1.3, which has just come out on the App Store today. So the blank tile obviously represents a missing grapheme. So you could, for example, write a word like this, and you could ask the student to fill in the blank. So in the word cat, which sound is missing? So it's an at sound. So this is the grapheme for the at sound. So we could pick that up and put it into that missing spot. You could also use that blank tile to do an activity where you teach the E final rule, for example. So you could write, for example, there's cap, and then you could say to the student, okay, so if we want to make this cap into the word cape, what do we need to put on the end that changes this into an A sound? So you could just stick this little blank in here, and then the student could practice putting the bossy E on the end, and you could point out this little arrow here, which means that it changes the A into an A, and then you can have the student drag an A down into that at position, and then listen to the sounds. And thereby they can make the cap into cape. Of course, you could also drag this blank tile down onto the word to replace existing graphemes. For example, you could drag this blank tile down onto the k, and you could say, okay, so how would we make cape into tape? So what's missing in that first bit? And of course, the student could drag the t grapheme down onto that first position and hear the sounds to make tape. Obviously, you can do this with some of the harder patterns. So for more advanced students, for example, you could say, okay, what are the sounds in the word spoon? So here's another use for this blank tile. The student could simply tap the blank tile for every sound in the word. So for example, in the word spoon, the sounds are s, p, u, n. And then you could have the student drag the corresponding graphemes down. So the sounds are sp, u, n. So the first sound was s, the next one was p, the next one was u, and the last one was n. Like that. And of course you can still do the same technique of pulling graphemes out of words, just like you could with the previous version. So you could say to the student, okay, so how do we turn spoon into soon? And then you could have the student pull this p out by just dragging it up and out of the word and listening to the resulting sounds. So I hope that this new little blank tile feature is very useful for all of you. I'd love to hear about how you might use that blank tile in your work. I hope that's useful, and thanks for listening.